I did not expect to do this video. With all my videos, I only record and post what I feel the Spirit is guiding me to do. And that is the purpose of this YouTube channel, is the Lord's work. So I was in church on Sunday and I felt a very clear prompting to make this video, to be a voice for God's children. And I specifically heard that in my heart, that I am to be a voice for them. Now, this video is titled, How to Convince Your Parents to Homeschool. And I'm sorry if there's an echo, but this is the only quiet place I could find. How to convince your parents to homeschool. This is not going to be a video for those kids that just want to homeschool to get out of work or want a freer lifestyle or whatever. This is specifically for the children that are wanting to come home and are feeling that call to come home in their heart. And I have gotten a lot of emails. That's part of the inspiration of this video. I've gotten a lot of emails, a lot of messages from kids in middle school, from kids in high school that are really in their heart desiring to come home for their education and desiring to leave that environment of the schools and are desiring a more holy, safe place to learn. And I am here to help bring light to that, to why you're wanting to come home. And I hope that you guys will share this video with your parents. I am a parent myself. I have 4 kids. I have a daughter that's 11. She is in a middle schooler. I have twin boys that are 9, and I have a kindergartner. And I homeschool all of them. And the difference is that the call came to me, their parent, but I am seeing that the call to homeschool is coming to these bright, young, amazing kids. And they are, a lot of them are far beyond their years. I see such maturity in them. And so I'm going to be your voice, and I hope that you share this with your parents. Now, I am a Christian and I believe in the 10 Commandments. And so whenever children write me, I always tell them that in the commandments it says to honor thy father and thy mother. And I firmly believe that. So, number 1, honor your father and your mother. Now, how do you follow the call the Lord is putting in your heart while honoring your parents that are not feeling that same call? My suggestion is to pray and tell your Heavenly Father, tell God that you want to obey His commandments. You want to honor your father and mother, but you also feel this call to come home and to homeschool, and to, if it is thy will to come home, that God will soften their hearts and help them be able to turn their hearts to that desire that you have. So praying, that's number 1, is if this truly is a call in your heart that you feel strongly about. And again, I've gotten a lot of emails where you guys are feeling this strong call to come homeschool. Number 1, you've got to honor your parents, and God's on your side. He's speaking to me to help you, to be a voice for you. So your prompting is a righteous one. That is a righteous prompting. That is a good thing to want to come home and do your education at home. It's awesome. So you're following the right steps. Sometimes it takes patience for God to work with your parents and to help your parents. So just continue to honor them. Continue to be soft with them. Don't argue with them. Don't bicker. Just, plead your case with God. So take it to God, plead your case with Him, and put it in the Lord's hands. Give Him your heart, give Him your will, and let Him show you the way, and He'll lead you forward. So that's my first first form of advice. So your parents might be going, like, I got through school, it's fine, there were drugs, there was all that when I went to school, and I turned out fine. So, and that's what I was saying too, but you have to remember your parents are not at school with you. They're not seeing what's going on. They're not seeing everything that's happening. And if your parents are watching, it's different now. I know this because my mom worked in the public school system. So I know what's going on in the schools, and it is not anything like when I went to school. I go to high school that long ago. My mom just retired from the public school system, I think 2 or probably 3 years ago. And she said in the last 10 years, things have completely changed. Completely. It's black and white. It's not the same public school system that we went to. It just isn't. So you can't, as an adult, we like to look at the high schools and go, oh, we did it, it's fine, we made it, whatever, it's fine. It's not the same anymore. It's not the same world. It's a completely different world. Morally and educationally, if you are a Christ follower, what they're teaching in the public schools does not align whatsoever with God's laws, with Jesus Christ. It doesn't at all. There's no way it aligns. My mom taught in public schools, I know this. It is exact opposite of what you were trying to teach at home. If you are a Christ follower and you're trying to instill in your children morals, values, the commandments, and God's truths, those are not taught in the school system. I'll put a link down below of an article from Jenny Phillips, and she says it very, very well. Better than I could say it. Give that to your parents, have them read it. Another thing, your parents are probably concerned about money, time, and energy. Is it going to take up all their time? Is it really expensive to homeschool? They don't want to deal with you all day. I'm just going to say it. I get emails from so many parents, I don't think I could deal with my kids all day. It's because your parents are probably going to be like, it's too much money, or I don't have enough time, or I work, or I don't know how to do it, and I don't have a degree, I don't know how to teach. Your teachers know, that's why they're hired. And these are all the things that parents say. Okay, so if your parents are concerned about money, there are curriculums out there that are free. And my favorite curriculum, you'll probably find it on my YouTube channel, is The Good and the Beautiful. She offers free curriculums. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably in middle school or high school. So my middle schooler is using her curriculum, and it's fabulous. And I know I personally talked to several high schoolers, high school girls, who are using The Good and the Beautiful. It's challenging, it's amazing, it has such depth to it. So check out that link. It is free as a PDF, and it's very inexpensive to order when you get the stuff. Okay, so time. How much time? Your parents are like, okay, how much time is it going to be on my part? Well, like I said, it all depends on the curriculums. But for instance, let's just go with what my daughter's 11. She's in middle school, so maybe you're watching this video and you're in middle school or high school. There are math programs that are completely on the computer. So your parents, they don't have to do anything. You just have it on your computer, and it gives you the lecture, it gives you the lessons, it grades you, and all your parents have to do is check at the end of the day if you did it. 0 time for your parents. Okay, maybe like 5 seconds to check. But really, that's like no energy on their part. Honestly, think about what else your parents are doing. They're having to sign letters from the teachers. There's not communication from the teachers. They have to do teacher-parent conferences. They have to do parties maybe and organize, this or that. They have to run you to and from school maybe. So there's a lot of extra things they're doing that they don't even realize. So when you homeschool, they don't need to do that stuff. They don't have to do parent-teacher conferences. Woohoo! They don't have to do the class parties or be a parent volunteer, or they don't have to do any of that. So honestly, that's less work for them. I don't have to do carpool. I don't have to organize parties. I literally don't have to do any of that. That saves a lot of time. You don't have to answer the 500 emails that you get from teachers, from all the school stuff. This is coming up, that's coming up, email. You won't have, as a parent, you won't have any of that. So that is a good case to tell them. Is it going to take a lot of energy on their part? Well, I don't think any more than public school. As a parent, my daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, when she was in fourth grade, because we took her out in fifth, she was coming home every night crying. Just the weight that was on her, the heaviness that came from being at school all day, that was a big burden to bear. That was a burden on my back. The, bullying, the grades that she didn't think she could get, just the low self-esteem, those things you're not going to have because you're going to be at home and feel peace and comfort, and you're not going to have that darkness coming down on you. So energy-wise, I feel as a parent that it's a load off. I actually feel freer as a parent. I feel happier. I feel that the load is lighter. And that's something that I want your parents to know, is they might feel at first, the enemy tries to make you feel this is going to be a huge burden, a huge job, a huge thing. But now that I'm homeschooling, and I have been for 2 years, it literally is a huge weight off, because when your kids come home from school, what do you have? You have to deal with homework, studying for tests, assignments, finals, grades. You have to, all of that is a massive burden. And when they're home, yeah, you're helping to school them, but honestly, I feel it's lighter, freer, easier. Now, what if your parents work and they're like, but I work, I can't stay home with you all day. Okay, I actually have, I don't know if you found her on YouTube, Grace and Grit, she's awesome. She is, I think she's a personal trainer, so she actually has brought, in the beginning, wanted to homeschool, but she had to work at the gym. So she took her kids to the gym with her while she worked, and then she just flip-flopped her school schedule. So they did school in the afternoon. So she was able to work in the morning, and her kids could go to the kid care, and then she was able to come home and do their school. I mean, how inspiring is that? She had so much determination to homeschool that she totally worked it into her schedule. I just find that so inspiring. I'm getting chills. She's amazing. So if your parents work, check her channel out, email her. She can tell you, give you some inspiration, tell you how it works while holding a job. For me, I was a photographer. I had a photography business and I taught ballet. I was lucky enough to have the option to quit my job. Now I loved my job, and I didn't necessarily have plans to quit because we did need that money. It was useful to us for our mortgage and our food, and that's why I was working. But the Spirit put in my heart that I needed to be at home, and I needed my 100% attention. So through faith, I did quit my job, and I don't have a job right now. I solely stay home with my kids and homeschool, and that has been the greatest blessing. So if your parents do work and they are career driven, just know that it can work. And there's parents out there that work and they homeschool, and they're able to make it work for all of them. Now, if you're a parent and you are working and you're kind of like, I just don't want to deal with it, like working and then homeschooling, like I said, I'm going to go back to how I feel like a burden is off my shoulders. I feel lighter. So speaking to the parents, if your child is coming home sad, a heavy weight on their heart, asking to homeschool, wanting to be home, feeling that draw, that they're just drawn to come home, they don't want to be in that environment anymore at public school, just know that burden's on you right now, and you're feeling that weight too, and it's hard, and it's worrisome, and it's heavy. And so when your child is able to come home, then you will feel a lighter, you will feel that burden gone, and it actually in the end will be an easier thing than sending them to public school. I can tell you, I have 4 kids homeschooling, and it is easier to homeschool them because our home is filled with happiness and light, and everyone is just free of the world, like the heaviness of the world. We're all free of that, and how liberating is that? I mean, isn't that what everyone's seeking for? Okay, so if you're a high schooler and you're wondering like high school stuff, like, oh, my child's in high school, how do they get a degree, all that, go to Homeschool on the Hill. She's awesome. She has a child in high school, and she knows all about high school stuff, and she has videos on there. I am a couple years from high school, so I am going down that road too. So go to Homeschool on the Hill. She can kind of guide you on the whole high school thing with homeschool. But I do know a lot of homeschool high schoolers that are still using the curriculum that I use. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to go down that road with you in a little bit. So, but yeah, I think that's about it. In the end, just, again, soften your heart. There's a reason that you're feeling drawn to come home. And I just did this video because, like I said, the Lord told me to. There's probably one person out there that needs to hear this. So if this resonates with one of you, I did my job. I helped you. I guided you. If you have any questions, or if you show this to your parents are free to email me. You can just contact me through my YouTube link. I love talking to all of you guys. I really, really love it. It's so fun and such a joy to see your journey, to hear your questions.